Welcome to the GameItAll.com podcast, GameItAll.com live. I am Lucas Grimm.
I'm Pino25. What up?
Adelaris.
And I'm Logan.
Logan's a new member to the podcast tonight. Yeah. And also gotta apologize for Pino's poor quality. He just lives in an area where
I got
poor quality internet.
It's impressive he got any connection at all from the sticks.
Yeah. Like 7 eggs down, come on.
Exactly.
What more do you want?
So we're going to jump right into the podcast here because there's a lot of news we want to cover for tonight. First of which, we're going to talk something not gaming related, or actually mainly because it's kind of a ridiculous thing going on right now in the world of wrestling. If you haven't already known, which surprisingly, this would actually surprise people because it has been all over the place. Stephen Amell, the star of Arrow, was recently at WWE Raw and got into a fight with Stardust, Dusty Rhodes' son. Fucking jumps over the top rope and tackles him, just starts pummeling him down, and then finally ends up getting a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but it was all Stardust's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
He started
like,
it. He's a douche.
This is something that it's been planned. It's definitely wrestling's fake, 100%. We all know that. It's definitely been planned, but it's just seeing it in execution has been hilarious. Because, I don't know if you guys ever watched Arrow.
Not yet, but I plan to.
Yeah, man.
Need to finish watching the second season?
Yeah, I got through the first season. I didn't get to watch the second or third, but it's pretty damn good show. But just the fact that you're seeing him actually going at it, like just beating the hell out of him, was a funny ass fucking thing to watch.
It was
great.
It reminded me of when they tried a similar, like, bring a celebrity in to do stuff when they made a wrestling movie, like, in the 2000s. I can't remember what it was. Ready to Rumble, was it?
Ready to Rumble, yes.
Yeah, but it was so poorly executed because, like, the actors for that clearly cannot fight at all, and for some reason he won the belt, like, right away. So like, everybody just shit on them for that, but this time it's actually much better planned and funny.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's actually well done. It actually almost makes me want to buy SummerSlam, just because I want to see how that's going to turn out.
Just the other pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, there's that WWE Live thing where it's like $9 and you get the pay-per-views, so, instead of 40.
Not bad. Yeah, really.
And I think you get the first month free, so you just, buy the pay-per-view or buy the month and then
Buy the thing and then get the pay-per-view, yeah.
So now let's jump back into gaming-related news.
All right.
Mainly because we've extended our knowledge on wrestling. Aside from the actual video games, that's pretty much as far as we know.
Nothing wrong with that.
So let's talk the first thing that popped up. Big news this week. Capcom is going ahead with Resident Evil 2 Remake.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it looks bitchin'.
The internet has lost their shit on this one, honestly. I mean, Resident Evil 2 is probably the best survival horror game ever made, with some exceptions.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's maybe my number one, but it was the first Resident Evil I've ever played, and that one stuck with me the most because I played Nemesis, I played 4 and 5. I think I played a couple of the other ones in between, but they were so long ago I don't even remember their stories.
I think I've actually only played Resident Evil 2, so it works out.
Good job.
Yeah.
4 is probably my favorite personally, but 3 actually is the one that sticks with me because that's actually the first Resident Evil I ever played.
Isn't it also the first one that introduces the liquors?
Number 2 was.
Yeah,
2 was the first to
because
introduce the
yeah.
liquor.
yeah, because I remember those vividly. They scared the shit out of me. I was only 11 when I played it, so I'm like, I put the game down, went to bed, had a few nightmares, came back to the game, continued.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Look
So yeah,
for cannot wait.
it is going to be a full-on remake like the Resident Evil HD remake, which was the GameCube remake. Anyways, so it's going to be a full-on like that. So that is going to be great. But they are saying that there is going to be some other stuff that they are going to announce later on. So it's possible we may see some changes in the gameplay, much like how Final Fantasy VII is going to be. And I don't know, it's interesting, especially since the remake quality from Capcom has been improving. Like it's probably their best aspect right now.
It's not too bad to retcon some stuff too, because I mean their story was still developing at the time, and so much insanity is going on with the last few games that it's flat out unbelievable for the most part. But like there's a lot that they want to maybe reintroduce a different way, so it makes more sense too.
Yep.
Remakes just always concerning on a general basis, just because you remember a game so fondly, and then all of a sudden they tweak just this one little thing, and you realize that was like your favorite part about the game. So why did they change it? And it just
it's bound to happen. But I mean, it. Another thing they might have to do is actually add to the game a bit too, because if I remember it right, it actually wasn't that long of a game. So they, compared to most modern games, they want to pad it up a bit.
What is it, like 4 hours maybe?
Yeah, if you knew it in and out, you could beat it in about 4 or 5 hours.
It was
I think there was even a unlock for that. I think that was the tofu unlock.
Yeah.
Which
I never got it, but it was funny.
I've seen people play it. That's about all I got. I haven't actually played through 2 that much, but it's on the top list of people like survival horror games. It's usually a tie between that and Silent Hill 2.
I would definitely put those 2 in equal parts because they're not the same kind of horror. Because Resident Evil lets you fight back, but it relied a lot on lore and its monsters and stuff. Whereas Silent Hill was definitely a much more atmospheric game.
Yeah.
You really had to dig to know what the lore was to a good amount, because a lot of it had subcontext, like it was a lot of sophisticated stuff.
Yeah.
Your video's barely loading.
Oh, here, I'll lower it. I'll put it down and lower something. There you go.
Yes, lower your quality.
Good enough.
I'm in the middle right now. It's all good. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Did we hear anything about date or release on that?
Not yet, but the team is working hard on Resident Evil 0 remake, so that's going to come out first. Then we're going to start hearing more about Resident Evil 2, because the thing that's going to be different between Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2, or sorry, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2, is the fact that not all the assets would be carried over. In fact, none of them would be carried over, because none of them ever had a HD remake like we're seeing. They did have a GameCube version, but it was shoddily built because it was direct PS1.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if they would continue this to Nemesis, because like a lot of people crapped on that game from what I remember, but I personally liked the game, and I thought Nemesis was really interesting because most games didn't have a persistent boss that would continue hunting you down. And if I remember right, you had the option to either fight or run, and you had bonuses if you managed to kill him.
Yeah. And like that's like I would love to see Nemesis HD. And honestly, they probably would continue it over to Resident Evil 4 again. I would
Understandable.
end up buying it again, honestly, if that happened.
You're like a whipped boy. Give me the game, okay.
Like Resident Evil 4, I had it on PS2 the first time I got it. It was actually a gift from my wife. Then I got it when it came out on PS3. I got it when it came out on the Wii. If it comes out on PS4,
Yep.
there it is again.
You gotta buy it. You just gotta buy it. If this goes well, are they doing Resident Evil Survivor?
Next subject.
I have to say.
We're ending that conversation there.
Yeah, this is my segue into going into something else.
By the way, just saying, I looked it up. S ranking in Resident Evil 2 is beating the game in under an hour and a half.
Wow.
So it's possible.
It's
just difficult.
All right,
So let's talk Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 15. We are looking at a worldwide release sometime before 2017. So that means.
Sorry, is this the first time they do like a full worldwide release, not a stampered one like they usually do?
Exactly. Resident Evil. Wow, I'm still talking Resident Evil. Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Return was the last one that came out.
Yeah, that was like 2014.
We had a 3-month delay from Japan.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and that's
this
not
is going to be.
bad.
Yeah, that's usually not that bad. But this is going to be the first time we're getting it PAL, the Japanese region. I forget which one that's called. And that one's PAL? Then what's the Europe one?
Europe is PAL as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're getting
America
it
that's got
Japan,
together.
Europe, North America. That is impressive, honestly. That they're actually going to push for that. Not too many games do that.
No, it's hard because just making a different language for each game is a lot of work. But I really like this approach because it'll help eliminate, at least for a short window, a lot of spoiler content. Mm-hmm. Normally, I care nothing about spoilers, but I'm so excited for this game. This is like one of the few exceptions I actually have where I don't want people screenshotting the shit out of it. I'm buying it day one. I'm gonna go hide in a cave, grow a bigger beard, and come out victorious.
So it's definitely going to be interesting, and now it's going to be before 2017 that will be out. The team at Avalanche is apparently helping them. That's what I heard from a rumor. I haven't actually fully confirmed that if that is true. So that's also interesting as well, because if that is true, then we have one of the first. Still saying Resident Evil. First Final Fantasy games that's also being helped with an outside source.
I'm not too sure if it's like fully considered outside, because I mean, Team Avalanche obviously got its name from Final Fantasy VII Avalanche, and they have a system they called Shinra. So I'm not too sure I would consider them outside, but yeah.
I mean, you can still be an outside and just be a huge fan of the games too.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, Avalanche is the guys that made Just Cause and currently working on Just Cause 3 and Mad Max. So they are technically part of Square because of Just Cause, but they're not a complete subsidiary from what I'm seeing because of Mad Max being a WB game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're probably just like really close partners in terms of licensing, so they figured why not, since they have some things under their belt. So
yeah, that's probably it. So that's all we have for Final Fantasy right now. But PS Plus is a great service. So of course,
you get free shit.
Free shit every month. I mean, we've even done that on the Twitch cast. Played through Rocket League, which was blast. That was probably the best one that they've released in a long time. This month, of course, was Lara Croft Temple of Osiris. And but next month they're doing something different, where you're going to be able to vote for the games that you want. Now, there's
Interesting.
3 games that are in vote right now. I'm just trying to bring them up to get the exact titles. Okay, so the first one is Grow Home. It's a new game from Ubisoft. The next one is Amello. It's a board game inspired, but very much like Risk, only with the Game of Thrones style feels to it. And the last one is a 4-player brawler called Zombie Vikings. So we can vote starting when is the voting date? I'm just trying to get that.
August
First
24th.
vote begins Thursday, the 13th of August at 4:30 p.m. So,
Oh
sure,
shit! So
yeah.
you can vote right now for this. In terms of this.
Do it.
So yeah, so
swashbuckling adventure that combines RPG elements with the strategic play of card and board games.
That kind of reminds me of it kind of reminds me a little bit of Kate and Betas, where it was like a mix of card game and fighting.
I
Almost.
see that. The Wings of the Lost Ocean.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play that, Bacon Katos?
I don't think so. I think I skipped that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it came out a long time ago.
Okay. For the GameCube.
GameCube.
Ah, that's why I didn't actually had a GameCube.
Yeah.
Shame on you. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
It was just a really interesting combat system because you like drew weapon cards and they would deal a certain amount of damage, or you would draw them and you could heal. And if you did a certain combination of cards in a single turn, it lets you use like ultimate attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was pretty unique for what I remember, because I can't recall any other game that played that way. So it's worth a shot. I mean, if you liked Bait and Chaos, I would recommend giving that one a shot.
okay.
Awesome.
So, out of this list, honestly, Amello definitely looks to be more of my type of game. Zombie Vikings would probably be a close second for me, honestly. But Grow Home, I'm not 100% sure. I've seen some gameplay I'm very iffy on.
I've watched the Game Grumps play it, actually. It was pretty funny, but very simplistic. Like, if you're more of a super casual kind of player, like you just want to turn your brain off and just enjoy like just a little something artsy or whatever, I would recommend that one.
And if it's free, can't go wrong with free.
Yeah, can't go wrong with free for either of them. So.
Oh yeah, if it
all good.
Get through the votes. Supposedly, though, from previous reports, if the titles don't make it for free, they will be discounted.
Good.
So you'll still be able to get either one of them.
Nice.
All 3 of them, really.
Okay. Sony going in the right direction.
Oh yeah, this is actually not a bad program, but of course the other games that they have aren't voted, but add something really cool onto it. It should be interesting. It'd be nice to see.
It's a good first step.
I have to admit, Sony lost a little bit of my good faith when they decided to start making the online things you actually have to buy a PlayStation Plus to do for a lot of it. So this goes a long way for me.
I think the whole reason they did that is because with the PS3, they had it free versus the 360, which you had to pay.
Yep.
But the downside is that they weren't making enough revenue to really build up like a decent support for it.
Yeah,
and it became a major downfall once they started getting taxed because they just didn't have the equipment for it at that point. But ever since then, obviously, they've been really juicing it up. But I've seen a few numbers. It's several millions per month to keep that stuff going. So I understand that they would charge for it now.
I understood it. It was my one major selling point for why you should get PlayStation as opposed to Xbox. Is like free online stuff, and
Yeah.
you still do get a lot of it free, but
Yeah. But I mean, at this point, I would say if you want to play online for free, just get PC games. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the one console they can't really put any server price on for most things. So other than maybe MMOs, and even then,
Yeah.
Grow currently the top one.
what was that?
I just did the vote on PlayStation 4, and Grow Home is currently in first. Zombies and Vikings second, and Armello's third.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. Choice might be made for you.
Live update.
Continuing on with PlayStation, the next big thing that's also happening is the 3.0 update. Which
Yeah.
that is going to have some very interesting items added to it. So let's just going through some of them here. First of which, there's going to be changes to your friends list, which is a communities button, which will allow you to find players who have similar tastes and interests, and also allow you to join existing communities and create your own community.
Hey, maybe we can make one.
Yeah, that probably will happen on there. Also, that will continue on to your now playing lists as well, where you'll be able to see your friends playing your games as well. So what else? That is a big feature on this list. But actually, the two biggest ones, I should say. The first of it, which is you'll now be able to upload video clips to Twitter in 10-second iterations. Having a hard time to speak now. The last thing is that you'll be able to broadcast the game directly to YouTube. So this is going to YouTube's gaming platform that they're really trying to push to compete with Twitch.
Yeah.
And it's going to
And
be huge.
that is going to be huge. That's definitely a huge change.
Both channels are undergoing really big changes because now YouTube is building that platform and still working on it, obviously. And Twitch had recently announced the change over to HTML, which is supposed to happen soon. Which that I can't wait for because I do not want Flash on my system anymore.
Well, Flash is dead.
Yeah.
Effectively, yeah. It's a big powerhouse. It drains everything.
Resident Evil's new corporation is going to be Adobe.
Oh God. Just going through some of the other ones, though. It's some little extra information here. The events are live from PlayStation is going to be improved. There's going to be additions to the broadcast. You'll be able to view the video clips and screenshots that people throw up. There will be a change to... Here, just once. Changes to your activity feed, which will make it easier to read. Changes to the parental controls, where you'll be able to restrict games at an age level and ESRB rating.
That definitely makes it a lot easier for parents that actually pay more attention to what age ratings or the games are.
Exactly. So everything sounds with this update really good. Now we just gotta hope it doesn't brick our systems.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
Low blow, I know. So, that's all I really have to say about the 3.0 update. Anybody?
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
looks
much
pretty
it. Just looking
promising.
forward to it.
Yep. Very good step forward.
I just think social media is becoming on too many freaking things, but that's me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
Work.
I played before. I can do it perfectly fine on a PC. Thank you very much. But
yeah. Well, to be fair though, it's all optional. So I mean, if you don't want to do any of that, you just don't bother setting it up. But the thing is that a lot of Let's Player type stuff is really still emerging a lot, and it's just better if you have more options to actually get your stuff out there.
Yeah, it's still a new medium.
Oh wow, that was loud.
Ooh, you got really loud real quick.
Uh,
You fixed something, but it broke everything else.
okay, wait. Okay, is this better?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Good enough.
So, this one's going to be real quick. Dragon Age Inquisition expansion is out now. So
Awesome.
download it, especially if you're a Dragon Age fan. It's actually really good from everything I've seen of it so far. I haven't picked it up myself, but it does look to follow most of BioWare's strong points. So that's Dragon Age Inquisition: The Descent. So it's
Yeah,
$15,
$50.
available now. At a new patch is adding multiplayer characters. So I definitely recommend taking a look at it.
It's awesome.
Bucks.
Now,
All right, so let's get into the weird.
Awesome.
the weird. Okay, start us off with weird.
All right, so let's go to the world of esports. So, esports league is going to be banning control substances the same way the Olympics do. So if you're on the drugs, on performance-enhancing drugs, you cannot frickin' play the games.
I'm okay with this.
Comments?
Smoking weed, doing Ritalin, anything that's pretty much affects you,
Yeah.
you cannot have.
As long, like, I think I had read there was a little note that some people had some exemptions if it was actually doctor supported. I think it was talking about Adderall in that case. But there was one other particular game, I think it was Counter-Strike, where they said you can smoke weed recreationally, but not during event times. You can before and after, just the event time is the one time they won't allow it. And personally, I'm, whatever gets you through your day, I don't care either way, but if people are going to start, making a ton of money playing games, whether it be physical sports or esports, then yeah, it's better everybody's like on a more even playing field like that.
But I'm
Yeah,
just
they
wondering,
should be
like, how
responsible.
much of an even playing field is this making? Like, there's
Well, I mean, if you're talking about Adderall, that's a drug that's designed to make you focus if you have ADHD. If you're taking it as a normal person, you got you got some pretty serious concentration going on.
Yeah, I guess. But if you're smoking weed, you just
That's actually
Yeah, like for most people, it does slow you down or whatnot. although to be fair, I have one friend. Counterintuitively, when he plays Halo and smokes, I can't beat him. He's easier to kill sober than he is high.
Okay. It'll give people some of the advantage. But yeah, so they're going to be starting to do drug testing during the events pretty soon. So, and then,
I don't know. I guess
yeah, keep going.
doesn't matter to me much one way or another.
It is funny timing because I just saw on Facebook before the podcast went live that Anderson Silva from UFC just lost his ability to join any fight for a year for being tested positive on the drugs.
Oh,
that is ridiculous.
okay, awesome. So yeah, so we good with?
Yeah, I think we're good with the esports here at this point. So.
Right, well, still have the Blizzard thing.
His quality just dropped.
Well,
Like right now, there's a screen. There's almost a shot that I almost wanted to get as a screenshot of just like the stupidest looking grin right now.
all right, what else?
And
You
he's
got
out.
just a frickin' picture. Yeah, you can still just hear me. You got just audio now.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it still cuts pretty badly.
Alrighty, well, come on, man. Do your thing.
Yeah, better enter that, man.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Okay, let's actually jump on to something that we talked about on the website yesterday. Gamescom had some leaked footage of Far Cry. What did I say? Far Cry. Fallout. These beers are not helping me. It's making me like slur my words and mix it up, almost like what beer is supposed to do.
Don't worry, they're helping.
Okay.
Makes everything better.
You'll dance great and you'll be hilarious. Don't you worry about a thing.
Fallout 4 had leaked footage put onto YouTube, and immediately Bethesda sends out DMCAs. Yeah. That makes sense. They cut out everything because that was a closed-door presentation. You had to be at Gamescom in order to see everything that they wanted to show. So,
pretty much,
because it kept getting DMC, and even the pirated sites were getting hit with it, the people have found a way to avoid them, and that is to post the leaked footage, which is in really crappy quality, by the way. Take that leaked footage and put it onto Pornhub.
Of all places.
This is brilliant.
It is.
But at the same time, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, imagine you're actually searching for what the video is, which I forget what the video's title is now. Had something to do with some guy's fat ass.
And you wonder why it's on Pornhub?
Them super mutants.
So, yeah, it's a shoddy video. It does show some gameplay elements. A lot of it is about the perks and new information like that. But there's nothing really shown because the quality is so awful. We didn't link to it on the site. We're not going to link to it in the It's better to keep it that way because the site, of course, it's Pornhub. They have a whole bunch of hardcore stuff around the edges.
Around the edges?
Around the edges, on the edges.
My favorite My absolute favorite part about this is just imagining those like 13 and 14-year-olds who are trying to find Fallout 4 footage, going to Pornhub, like getting caught by their parents for watching Fallout 4 footage. It's like, be normal, go there for the right reasons.
It's not what you think, Mom!
It's not what you think, it's for Fallout. I want to see what Fallout
I'm so excited!
Or like, they're at school with the web filters. Pornhub. Oh, shit.
Oh. You know it's happened.
It had to have happened. Now, actually, since writing that article, I don't know if the DMC has been put on with Pornhub to take it down. I haven't actually checked. Mainly because I kept getting distracted.
Bethesda. And Luke.
I had to. No, I actually didn't check myself. But I mean, come on. I'm surprised since the media has let this known publicly that either Bethesda hasn't removed the DMCA or removed it from Pornhub. Because Pornhub will remove it. They will abide to a DMCA.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, though, by now, somebody's already taken it, moved it to torrent sites and everything. It's like everywhere. It's almost at the point where it's not worth trying to hunt it down.
By the way, the name of it is Hidden Camera Shows Audience Teased by Big Butt Man in Tights Live.
That is amazing.
So wrong.
So, last thing I want to talk about with the news, Microsoft's really pushing for PC support, and that is great, honestly.
It has been removed.
So we are likely going to see Platinum Games Scalebound the latest Crackdown, and
Yep.
Remedy's Quantum Break on PC.
Hopefully.
Nothing has been fully confirmed yet, though. So it's just at this point in time very, very likely.
In a way, it's pretty much inevitable because either way, it's going to be on PC thanks to the Xbox streaming capability that Windows 10 has now.
Yeah, so that's definitely an interesting way of doing it. I don't know if anybody can, if the audience can see our little chat windows at the bottom, but I have no idea why there's two Jeremys.
I don't know. It keeps popping up. I have no idea.
Kakabujin no Jutsu?
And the other one came in again.
I might be getting like double the bandwidth.
That's probably what's happening. Yeah, sure.
It's all good.
That's what we're going to blame your quality on? Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Now, that it has been the news. So, quick rundown of the new releases that we are going to see this week. We have Resident Evil 2 Resident Evil Revelations 2 for PS Vita, Final Fantasy Type 0 for PC, Zombie U for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and finally Tales from the Borderlands Episode 4 Escape Plan Bravo. Now, it's actually been a couple weeks since I actually posted on the site the new releases. That is going to change. It's just mainly shit blew up.
I don't know why Addy just died.
I think I broke him.
Yeah.
That or it might be what he just shared me.
So did you ever play the Final Fantasy Type 0?
I actually have it on PS4 right now. It's all right. It's very action oriented, so that's actually pretty good.
I played the beginning of it. I just haven't been able to get into it yet.
Yeah, that's pretty much as I had because I found the Day One edition for like $30 at EB. I was like, okay, why not? I mainly just want the demo.
Yep. That's why I bought it too.
Yeah. So we were just like, okay, I'll give it a shot, see what's happened.
I really wanted the demo, but I intentionally skipped getting the demo just because I didn't want to see the game not finished.
But I enjoyed what I saw so far. It's extremely bloody, though. That actually kind of threw me off because I'm not used to Final Fantasy being full of gore.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a weird, it's a weird look at it. But
it is nice to see them try to make at least the effort to try something different. Well, obviously, they went for a way more mature sort of theme this time around. Because usually it's like almost sickeningly upbeat.
Almost, yeah. But like this one, you have right at the beginning, you have a bloody chocobo eating a guy's head, and freaking, and even that chocobo dies, and it's all really sad and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what the fuck? You don't kill a chocobo.
Boko.
That's just really bad.
That's a Final Fantasy V reference.
So, I actually have a question because at this point in the podcast, this is a good time to talk some shit. So,
Okay.
I had a post that was shared to my wife about building a team of heroes. I want your opinion on this. I want you guys to build a team of heroes. One from Marvel, one from DC, one game character, and one anime character.
You should have asked us before the podcast. I need time to think.
I really should have asked. I'm going to do this right now, so that's like that. So, although I know Pino doesn't watch very much anime, so he's probably just going to go like Sailor Moon or something.
Just to verify, one DC, one Marvel, one game, and one anime?
Yep.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because I actually had some time to think about this.
Asshole.
So, my selection, and it's probably a really shitty selection because they're all assholes, I realized. Now, my selection was Punisher for Marvel, Green Arrow for DC, Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2 for my hero, or game hero, and the anime character was Kogami from Psycho Pass.
All right.
I just realized pretty much what would happen is Punisher would be extremely disappointed in everyone. Or no, Green Arrow would be disappointed in everyone. Punisher would probably be trying to line up his shot to kill Handsome Jack, who's being an asshole, and possibly trying to send Arrow and Punisher to their death. Meanwhile, Kogami will probably be like using his like enforcer gun and get the lethal enforcement and blow them all to fucking smithereens.
So you got a self-defeating team, basically.
I have a self-defeating.
Oops.
I thought that because like I did exactly like you guys are going to do, like that. It's first characters that popped in my mind.
All right, I guess I'll go next. I'll go for Team OP because if I have to organize a team to get something done, I want it done in the most overbearing way possible. So for DC, we're gonna put in Superman. For Marvel, we're gonna put in Galactus. For video game, I still haven't thought about. I'll get back to that one in a second. And for anime, I still haven't thought about that one.
No, if you're going with OP, like
Yeah. You can pretty much go with just those two, almost. For video game, I'd put in Master Chief. Probably not the most OP character, but I mean the motherfucker's hard to kill. And for anime, I think just to keep everybody upbeat, I'd probably put Vash from Trigun.
That'll work. Although you have Master Chief and Galactus fighting each other all the time. I mean,
maybe. Actually, no, wait. If I really want OP, I would switch out Vash and put in Alucard from Hellsing.
Damn it,
that's OP.
Yeah.
That was going to be my guy.
Oh, you can have him too. We'll share.
I was going to say, from Marvel, Deadpool.
Nice.
Because reasons. To go along with the theme of does not give a crap about anything, I would want Harley Quinn. Because imagine those two just being on a team and just not caring about reality whatsoever makes me laugh. From anime, I would choose Alucard, but specifically from the Hellsing Abridged series. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Abridged series, but again, it goes perfectly with the theme of I don't care about reality, I'm just going to do things.
I subtract your reality and replace it with my own.
And then for video games, I gotta go with the Cloud, actually. I mean, he's a whiny little something, but I mean, he's always been one of my favorite characters, and just everything about him just makes me laugh. And just imagining him along with those four people together, all losing their minds at the same time, would be hilarious and also wicked strong. Because none of them ever will die.
Yeah.
And Pito?
Okay, we're gonna go with DC. I'm gonna go with Riddler. Because he's twisted us all fuck.
Which version?
I don't know.
Oh,
Jim
yeah.
Carrey from Batman movies.
Yes, 100%.
Alright, we're gonna go Jim Carrey from yeah. Alright, so Jim Carrey from the 90s. Then we're also gonna go Deadpool, because he's twisted us all fuck also. We're gonna have, for games, we're gonna have the Prinny, because they're demonical assholes. And then for anime, we're gonna go Lupin the Third.
I fucking love Lupin. He's awesome.
Yeah, because, you know.
That's actually a left field throw.
Yeah.
That's
That's-
that's an interesting choice on that. I definitely see Deadpool and the Prinnies working together.
I know.
That seems plausible, but I also see the Etna Prinny relationship there.
Yeah, but they could be taking down Edna. Because, she's a bitch.
Or Deadpool just joined them in the quest to find her panties.
Yeah, that could totally be like the third game.
Deadpool. Oh.
He's like, bang, 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 a bunch of panties.
That would break my Vita at that point, because obviously it would have to be ported to the Vita.
He'd be like, oh shit, I'm wearing your panties.
I'm sorry, Logan.
And I would not be surprised that he would do that.
Nobody would be.
No.
Actually, I think he would be.
He'd be like, oh! So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was actually a pretty good list there, guys. One other thing I want to talk about, since we still have a little bit of time left on the podcast, Ronda Rousey, awesome UFC fighter. I'm sure everyone agrees.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Never seen her fight, but that's all I'm gonna say.
I felt very disappointed in the Ask Me Anything.
Why is that?
Because we all nerded out on her.
Nothing wrong with
that.
We asked her stuff about Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon instead of asking stuff about MMA, which we probably should have. That's probably what should have happened. There should have been at least maybe a couple nerd questions, but overall, everyone completely geeked out on her.
I have sort of the opposite opinion on that, where I actually kind of preferred that they geeked out, because obviously, like, that's a passion that she had, so obviously she didn't mind talking about it. But also because, like, I mean, most Redditors, at least from what I understand, is from the teens to 20s sort of range. So, I mean, that's a bunch of nerd stuff, too. And also the MMA and stuff like that, I mean, you can pretty much hear the same spiel over and over again, but I find it more interesting to know about the fighters' personal interests rather than, like, they all train, they all fight. That's sort of the same as what they do. But
I suppose that's true, yeah.
I'm of a similar opinion. I was going to say I'm of a similar opinion with Addie, but on top of that, like, just the fact that this is a total badass. No one can deny that whatsoever. And the fact that she is this comfortable about her love of Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z and World of Warcraft and eating 60 chicken wings in one sitting, like, it kind of humanizes this person who could honestly kick my ass in less than 0.5 seconds. It doesn't matter. I'd go down for his punch. But just the fact that she's willing to talk about this, she's humanizing herself, and she's really bridging that distance between the, quote-unquote jock culture and the quote-unquote nerd culture, which doesn't frequently happen, because if someone's got this passion of the UFC, like, that's all they ever do, and this is saying, no, that's not all I do. I do all of this stuff too.
Pretty much.
And I just think it's really cool.
It's really nice to see, like, because, like, obviously there's a lot of jock culture, like, sports fanatic almost, and whenever they hear something about games, they'll always go straight to, oh, gamers, this and that, why don't you go join a real sport, especially when they're talking about esports, which is something I've watched a little bit on, and it's nice to see, like, ESPN 2 start taking in esports and actually treating it like an actual sport for a change, because, I mean, regardless if it's physical or mental, both players need a ton of training to be good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, yeah.
Well, yeah.
And it's especially interesting to see that after, that one announcer, I forget his name, but he fucking went off on a tangent about how he was going to quit if they made him cover esports.
Yeah.
Assuming he passed in his What's that word that you use to when you're going to quit?
Resignation.
Resignation. That's it.
Yeah. I'd be like, peace. There's thousands of other people that want your job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the thing is when people say that, oh, esports aren't real sports. I've got a buddy in college who actually used to be a pro StarCraft 2 player. His username was Pokebunny. And, I mean, he's not like Team Liquid size pro, but he's actually like the tier down, won thousands upon thousands of dollars in tournaments. And just hearing him talk about like the amount of time he freaking spent playing the game until it completely burned him out of the game. Like even now, he very rarely will touch it, even with the people in my acapella community, just because he got so burned out and just didn't want to play it anymore.
Yeah.
But he plays all kinds of other games. Like actually, Addie's played with him in League of Legends.
Yeah.
He's just a very good video game player, but he makes sure that he doesn't play things that frequently anymore because
it's addicting too, to some people.
Burned out and you don't want to do it anymore, and that completely ruins that.
It's just soul sucking.
I think we lost him again.
What you're doing, if you're pro, you are taking a lot of time and giving a lot of yourself into it, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, and that is going to be the end of our podcast. Thank you all for watching and joining us today. Once again, you can view us at GameItAll.com, where we update regularly. Hopefully we'll be having some more reviews coming up in the next couple weeks now that Gamescom and everything else has calmed down.
Yeah.
So I know I have Godzilla review coming up along with
Gojira.
others.
Gojira.
Quick preview. It's not a great game. That's all I'm going to say. This quick preview for those who watch the podcast. Yeah, it's so much possibilities that it could have went good, but anyways, yeah, I'm actually disappointed that it was awful.
It was just plain bad.
But moving on. Also, we do have our Twitch stream that's happening immediately after this as well, where I am going to be playing through some Resident Evil Revelations 2. Might as well keep with the Resident Evil track that I keep babbling on about.
Under an hour and a half.
Totally. Speedrun mofo.
And so that is it. And for the Game It All Live podcast, my name is Lucas Grimm.
I'm Pino25.
Adelaris.
And Logan.
Yeah, what
really
up?
easy.
And we'll
You
see
can
you
usually
guys all
find him.
next time.
You can usually find Logan as Remnant. So that's just to let somebody know.
That's right.
And we will see you guys all next time.
Yeah.